Hello. In this series of videos, I'm going to be showing you how to use the Gaea to Houdini pipeline in order to make good-looking terrain using both Houdini and Gaea functionality. In this video, I will be showing you the basic setup for the Gaea processor node and what you need to do both in Gaea and Houdini to get this pipeline to work properly. We're going to start in Houdini. And as you can see, I've already made a very basic height field with some rough shapes. You can also just put a height field noise in here, or just decorate it however you like. But this is the shapes I'm going to be using to build my mountain. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is input my Gaea node. So I have Gaea Tor processor. So as you can see, there's nothing in here yet. So this node will not do anything. But I'm putting it in here now just to give you some important notes. The first important note is that this node only works if the size of the height field is a power of 2. So 1024, 2048, 4096, etc. I've tried it with 512, but that didn't work. So I think the smallest height field size that this works with is 1024 by 1024. So now that this is set up, we're going to go to Gaea. And in Gaea, I have grabbed just a basic noise that I'm using as a placeholder. And you want to grab the noise that most closely resembles what you have in Houdini. Whoops. So right now I have a Gabor noise in Gaea here because that most closely resembles the height field that I have in Houdini. But if you have a more detailed height field in Houdini, you can also use a Perlin noise. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is just add a bit of detail to this Gabor noise, and for that, we're going to use a Stratify node. This just adds a bunch of definition to the terrain. And from here, you can go any way you want. You can try to add some sand. You can depending on the project that you're working on. I'm trying to make a mountain, so I've decided to add a bit of a rocky texture. And then I'm also using an erosion node to add some more definition to the terrain. Now this is good for just a basic setup. You can do this however you like, but I'm now going to show you how to export, to prep this so that Houdini can actually read it and feed the height field we have there into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into the last node of your height, and you want to put in an output. And in this output, you want to rename it so that it is output height. Right now, we're only using the height variable, but if you also want to output a mask or a color map, it's important to know which is which. What you then want to do is expose node path, and I'm also going to rename this to output height. Now you want to do this because, again, if you have multiple outputs, the program needs to know which is which. If you have two outputs that have the same name, it is going to cause problems. What we then want to do is grab a file, and we want to use that instead of the placeholder noise. So we're going to plug that in here. That is now going to start giving us errors because there's nothing technically in here yet. but that is completely fine. Again, we're going to rename that to file input, and we're going to expose a node. We want to expose file, and we're also going to rename that to input height. And then we're going to hit save. And now this should be all ready. So we're going to go back to Houdini. And in this processor node, we can just pick from here. We can just grab the test terrain from this directory that I have it saved in. But I'm going to show you this right away because this is really useful if you're working with multiple Gaea files. What you can also do is here in where it says presets directory, if you go here, if you then navigate to the folder where you have all of your Gaea files saved in and hit accept, now this node can just pull files directly from that folder. If you hit use preset here, you can just set it here to test terrain. Now you can see we have two of our input. We have our input and output here, as we defined in Gaea. And this is going to take the height variable. So for both of these, we want to put in height. And then now that that's all set up, we're going to hit cook. And now this is going to run this terrain through what we did in Gaea. And as you can see, it has added a lot more definition to the terrain. It has added, and it has basically turned it from just some loose shapes into something that could be an actual hill or mountain. Now in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can improve this terrain by using some masks, and I'm also going to show you how to color it.